The devil prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. 1 Peter 5:7-9. Likewise, social media prows on the innocence of adolescent psychological behavior, causing anxiety, distress on our glamorous society. Social media gave salience in the way contemporary adolescents communicate, collect information, and boost educational learning, paving a pathway for future maternity and new social movements. Today, we will explore the themes of media consumption, psychological effects, and media influences to further provide understanding of social impacts on individuals via the influence of social media. So how does social media influence increase stress and anxiety on our adolescents? Although social media has allowed the expression of adolescents' individuality, the consumption of such media becomes a compulsive addiction, at worst on par with alcoholism. According to neurologists, consumption of a false realism via social media is compared to a syringe of dopamine injected straight into the system of an adolescent's brain. Now, not only does social media relieve a sense of pleasure and satisfaction, it also alleviates extreme dissatisfaction in comparison to the individual's own lifestyle. 14 to 24-year-old females spend roughly 14 hours a week, compared to 14 to 24-year-old males estimated at 9 hours a week. 205 people aged 18 to 85 in Germany were surveyed by US researchers, stating that they were more likely to tweet rather than given to alcoholism or cigarettes. Throughout history, people were not introduced to society to social media until 1997. This recent invention has made people more reliant and too lazy. Currently, more than 60% of the world's 8 billion people use social media for 2.5 hours on a daily basis. This directly shows social media is more intoxicatingly addictive than drug use. Through social media's addictive algorithms, people become more consumed into the false route escape, leading to inevitably anxiety due to exclusion from online experiences. The idealistic influence of societal opinions towards others through cyberbullying can also have a detrimental effect on the individual's mental health. Cyberbullying can contribute to such psychological effects like impaired emotional and social intelligence, social isolation, impaired brain development, or further lead to suicide. Imagine that. Your brother, your sister, your closest friend attempts suicide, all because of social media. The feeling of social isolation can lead to an adolescent's thought in a depth of depression and further increase the risk of anxious antagonism. Within the realm of social media, whoever hateth his brother is a manslayer, and everyone knows no cyberbully hateth eternal life abiding in him. 1 John 3:15. The viciously cruel connotations of others by the use of other social media users can also enhance a feeling of reduced self-esteem, further contributing to the decline of educational comprehension. Social media is a modernistic pathway that causes psychological disadvantages in an individual's youth, creating a society of anxious and antisocial individuals. Social media influencers have persuaded thousands and thousands of people across the globe to believe in social propaganda. Many famous artists describe the negative implications social media has on an individual, such as Olivia Rodrigo's Jealousy or the Chainsmokers' Sick Boy. Both collective artists express they are sick of comparing themselves to social influences. Think back to the times when you compare yourself to others. Ask yourself, how did I feel inside? If social media is so good, why do we have parental controls? Why do we have programs like eSafety or Kids Helpline? When I was younger, I used social media as an escape from reality. By the time I was 17 years of age, I realized that I was consumed in the darkness of my own room, with the only light I thought brought happiness was the light of my friends. I was influenced by many of the credited media influencers like Madison Beer, Ariana Grande, and The Weeknd, which changed my perspective of the world, more importantly, of myself. Social influences play a big role in how we perceive social media when it is compared to our own life, adding a blanket of stress for desired materialism. Today, we explore themes of social media consumption, psychological effects, and social media influences, providing understanding and the concerning social impacts social media has on our youths. We understood why social media influences increase stress and anxiety on adolescents in our contemporary cautious society. Proverbs 21 state that wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler. and whoever is led astray by an addiction is not wise. If the chain smokers can spread awareness of the negative implications of social media and that of the compulsive addiction related to it, what's stopping us? What's stopping us from letting our voice have a say in how social media controls people's lives like a fascist constitutional law? Our country has endured many struggles over time since colonization. It is time to speak out about this modernistic issue adolescents face alone. Contact your local politicians. Protest for change. Make signs, make banners, posters, and online forums protesting for change. Become a part of our growing community to protest for the greater good of our diverse country. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can reduce the effect of social media on adolescents. We wanted at the age of reform for more rights. We wanted to end slavery through the abolitionistic movement. We now need to reduce the consumption of social media content for adolescents as they transition to their adult years.